Hey, here's another tip for teen parent, and I'm going to talk about the zen of music. Sometimes people refer to this as being in the zone while you're playing. Now, I think it is important for us as musicians and to help our students develop a certain level of awareness. And I practice this when people are coming and going from the studio, and I try to cultivate this in my students. We do try to eliminate distractions as much as possible, but I am very much a fan of trying to train a child to be able to focus regardless of their environment, because we can always control ourselves, but we cannot always control the environment that we're in. So I think it's really important to try to develop in our students this level of awareness and zen, being in the present moment. And as students are coming and going, and as families are coming into the studio, I continue to work with students, and I don't have them stop to say hello to the next student, while the lesson's in progress. And I know a lot of teachers do, because they're trying to cultivate community and good manners. And I'm not doing it intentionally to make my students ignore other people, but what I'm trying to cultivate is that when things happen and things distract you from what you're doing, from the task at hand, that you continue on. We acknowledge that there's something else going on, but we don't let it uproot us. We don't let it make us stop or forget where we are. So that's sort of what we're trying to cultivate there. So music is one of those things that occurs in the present. And to be a good musician, or to get into the zone, you have to be able to be in the present moment. And I actually like to say be in the now. And my students remind me that it's not grammatically correct, but I don't care, because by the time you say the word present, the first part of that word, the first syllable, is already in the past. So I think we should say be in the now, not be in the present, because now fits in the present moment. One of the great things that I get to experience as a Suzuki teacher is that I actually, through listening to a student play, a person play, I get to learn a lot about that person. Dr. Suzuki talks about, the poster is actually right behind me, beautiful tone, beautiful heart. And that through our playing, our personality really shows. For myself personally, at university, I had a teacher make a comment about my tone, and he said, "Oh, you always play with such a warm tone." And I think that is because that's who I am as a person. So it does shine through. And one thing with my students that I've really noticed is a child that tends to be more anxious and is really stuck in the future, is worried about what's going to happen, tends to rush, and they go so fast. They're worried about the future of what's going to happen, the end goal, rather than working in the present and enjoying that journey. And students that get wrapped up in their mistakes and cannot let them go usually are falling behind when we're talking about maintaining a steady beat and being in the present, or playing with the metronome. The anxious children rush, and the children that are, I don't know, I don't want to say depressed, but who really cling to things, thoughts and ideas, have some real attachments, end up falling behind because they're so focused on what's happened, and they're replaying it over and over and over again. And I think that could be the reason why you hear about people using metronomes to hypnotize people. And I think it's because the beat is very steady and it's always happening in the now. So you're listening to each one as it happens. And as you do that, or you do anything that's repetitive, you kind of get into that Zen meditative state. And music will do that to you if you can find and maintain that sense of now, sense of the present. And I also think that tied in with this is another thing that we learn in the Suzuki Method, or music in general, is that you can always begin again. So if you make a mistake, that's okay. You should not dwell on it because you're going to fall behind in terms of steady beat. And that's okay. Just pick up where you are and start over and begin again. So that's some of my thoughts on the Zen of music. I'm sure I will have more. But I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.